What's up? What's up? What is up? It's another Friday, another opportunity to take the Ball Hog Sports Talk. We're here. The whole crew is in the building. Well, not the whole crew, just two of us, but where two are in the building, we shall go out and represent. We're going to represent for our man ETP today. Today's episode will be entitled Extensions Make You Cry Sometimes. That's right. Extensions make you cry sometimes. And I might as well just go ahead and give it away, man. Yeah, they're going to sing that thing, baby. Melodious.
You was on my singing when we tried to warm up, so I'm just going to kind of just mouth it.
I think you got the bad part out. Go ahead and sing for the people, man. Go ahead. Do it.
Nope.
I might as well go ahead and say it, man. As a Miami Heat fan, this episode is going to include a very robust conversation about Jimmy Buckets, the man who I really, really like in terms of a basketball player. Somehow, some way, he snapped his fingers. He ended up with long dreads. I'm talking about the long two tanks.
Magical, man. Magical.
So that will be included. And as you know, anytime we come up with a show title, it's going to be a lot more packed into it. So with no further ado, you know how we do it. It's the Ball Hog Sports Talk, where sports, business, and entertainment collide. We ask you humbly, please like, comment, and share. Tag a friend, tag a foe, tag anybody that you know. Strap on your seatbelt and get ready for the experience that is the Ball Hog Sports Talk. And with that, let's go. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and stay woke. Because this is the Ball Hog Sports Talk with your boy, B. Brown, ESQ, a.k.a. the Ball Hog, a.k.a. the Mouth of the South. This is the place where sports, business, and entertainment collide. And we're going to give it to you rough, rugged, and raw. So come get you a spoonful, like some grits with butter and salt. You know how we do it in the South, y'all. Make sure you do not get caught in your feelings. Strap on your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. Come on, let's go. Man, when you came back on the screen, I thought for sure you was going to have some dreadlocks. I thought for sure on this episode of Extensions Make You Cry, I thought you was going to be dreadlocked out, bro.
I needed 30 more seconds, man. You came back too quick. The song was too short. I just needed a little more time. You know, even Jimmy Buckets people needed about 5 minutes to do it. I couldn't do it in 53 seconds.
Jimmy Buckets had the entire process for the world to see. Jimmy Buckets is now a roster man. Jimmy Buckets of the Miami Heat, who has been, I think, one of the best players in franchise history in terms of what he's been able to do. He's only been there a short time, but what he's been able to do in that short time on the court, and I preface our analysis with that. On the court, I got no complaints with Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Buckets is my guy. I was a fan of him taking the last shot against the Celtics in that Eastern Conference Finals. I'm a Jimmy Buckets fan. Period. New paragraph.
New paragraph. Indent, double space.
Whatever we need to do to
just separate these two thoughts. Maybe a new chapter.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want anybody to think, because you know how people, they'll hear it and they're like, oh, he just hate. No, I am a Jimmy Butler fan. But with that being said, outside of basketball, let's talk about these extensions. Jimmy Bucket did the unthinkable. Jimmy Buckets overnight did what most people take 4 years to do. He grew not just basic dread. He grew some long dreads. He's got dreads wrapped in a bun.
Tips. He put the bleach and all the color in there. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do it, though, here's the thing, though. I always say, you see, they got those, like, that's bad. He got extensions. So let's pause. Then the what you call that joint when they glue it to your head, whatever? The toupee type joints, like the toupee joint. Like they put it on here.
Got it. Okay.
I always said you got to move if you get one. Like I've been bald since I was 19. Not, you know, I did it for the first few years. God decided he would take half the haircut in my late 30s, I think.
Right.
I want to say later than that, but I don't want a lot of y'all family to me. But at some point, God started cutting half my hair from me. You know what I mean? Thanks, God. Appreciate you. I wish you cut it all, but you cut half. Okay.
You got half.
Ask for half. half, the cul-de-sac. So I got, what's up, Critter? And so we get the cul-de-sac going. So sometimes I'll be thinking about getting one of them joints to put on there, but you got to move, right? I can't just show up on this show next week and I have dreads.
You can now. I think Jimmy Butler made it okay.
He made it okay?
I think it's official. And let's go through the stages, right? Because Jimmy Butler ain't the first athlete, mega star, that just overnight changed his hair. We're going to be fair. Jimmy's not the first one that has done it. So we're going to get to Deion Sanders because he changed it. Our guy Nick Wright from Fox Sports, he changed. There's a bunch of people that changed their hair. I guess my question is, when is it too far? Because on a Monday, if I see you and you got a high top, and then on a Tuesday, I see you and you got extensions, for a dude, I think that's too far. You saying you got to move? Can you post pic? Because he did it on social media.
He owned it, so it's hard. You know how it was in the locker room, right? In the locker room, they said, B, I saw, you know what I'm saying? We heard about so-and-so. If you just said, yep, it died, right? But when you try to say no, everybody comes from around the corner of the locker room. Everybody got their little investigative report, and they start piling on. So you just got to own it. So he said, look here, I'm not going to let y'all ask me about it. I'm going to show you it. The first time you see it is going to be because I showed you. I'm going to let you see the process and do whatever. I want to talk to his people. See, do they do abs too? Or does it just, you know what I'm saying? Because if they do abs too.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to different body parts.
Have your people call my people, man, because I could go for some overnight abs and I'll tell y'all how I did it. I don't care what y'all think.
We gonna get to different body parts. But I just want, because you've owned it, you embraced the fact that you are a bald man and you rock it, right?
I don't have a choice. I don't have the type of bread.
You got a choice. You officially have a choice.
Here's the problem. The choices came out too late. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish they would have came out with the choices when my stuff was thinning, because I respect LeBron. He started working right away. Like, when his defense started to give up penetration, he called the press. He called for the press. Right? You know what I'm saying? He made adjustments at halftime. You can't make adjustments 3 games after. So I'm about a season or 2 late to make an adjustment for when it started going bald. Because now like you can't start from all the way here and bring the whole lawn in. You know what I'm saying? But like when it starts cheating a little bit, it starts cheating, creeping back. You start filling it in. Like, you know,
I don't think it's too late for you, man. I think you were overselling the fact that you know, you've been in this state for a while, the state of proud baldness. You can immediately snap your fingers and have dreadlocks, man. That's the
problem. I don't think I can stop it at waves. I think I would have to go full dreads. If I had to go get hair, like if you're gonna do it, right?
I feel you on that now. I feel if you're gonna do it. You don't think he went far enough. You think Jimmy's dread should have been longer.
Yeah, I think he did he did what he's supposed to do. He went full dreads, tips. Like, he didn't try to be subtle with it. He said, I'm going to cheat, so I'm going to do it. It's like, this is a family show, so if your kids are in the room and they don't know what breasts are, we're going to talk about breasts. If you're going to get a boob job, you're not going to do no A-cup. For who? For what? What's that going to do for anybody?
All right, so I'm going to get to that too. But all right, so just for another minute, humor me. Just stick with hair. Because hair with men, if a woman, my sisters included, any woman that we know that we have been blessed enough to be on campus with, or be in our communities, or maybe be in our family, women are notorious for their hair length will change. Not a big deal. Wigs used to be a thing where you would laugh at a woman who wears a wig. Wigs are fly now. Women have been, rocking short hair on a Monday, and on Tuesday they got long hair. No big thing. You don't think about it. They have extensions. That's just a part of what they do. But with men, this is the first time I done seen a brother just pop up from a high top to dreads.
First time you seen somebody own it. Because Nick Wright was bald as hell. Boom. He's luxurious.
Not dreads, though. Nick Wright, you could believe that. You could believe like he got some hair follicles. He put some little pixie dust in that thing.
What about Whitlock? Whitlock went from bald to
Whitlocks. I haven't seen
Whitlocks. He got a high top fade now. Check your text.
He got a high top fade?
Check. Well, he got like a low. It's a fade though. Like he decided he's gonna fade these. The ones that got. You know what it is? He took all of this and put it up here because he had just cut this off. And he tried. But here's his thing. He said, "Fuck it, I don't care." Because you on TV and you start doing hair. Like we know what you look like, man. Like this, you can't really come up and sneak up on anybody.
Right.
So I just at some point they don't address.
Deion Sanders did the same thing. But I'll tell you this
again. Deion and LeBron and those dudes, they kept working minimally, you know what I mean? Like when a little bit was going up, they started doing it. That's okay. That's not.
I feel like he overdid it. When you give a man an inch, he want a mile. You give a man a rope, he want to be a cowboy. They gave him an appointment at a hair salon, and he comes out looking like Strong J. Bro,
the weird thing about Jimmy is he got all those braids in his hair. It's not like he couldn't grow dreads. He just didn't feel like waiting.
He had the little twist. That's why I feel like he cheated.
He wasn't bald. He had a lot of hair. It's not like Jimmy don't have a lot of hair. He has a lot of hair.
He has a lot of hair. He had a high top fade. He had the little Homer Simpson joint. But my thing is this: if you go from that to dreads, you're saying he's embracing the look, right, and owning that he did it. I think he's also embracing like it's okay to just we gonna be women now. Basically, like women have done that forever. Men have not done that. You go to a barbershop.
The professional
Jimmy went
athlete,
to a hair salon.
The professional athlete has been feminized so much over the last decade that what else is going to surprise? If they can walk around with purses, hand clutches,
those are called men bags now. It ain't called purses and merces no more.
It's a purse.
And they are in kilts, Roddy Piper, all of that. But I just think Jimmy went too far. We got to ask the audience, man, because we got to move on to different body parts. But I really want to know what our audience thinks. My man Jomo, first of all, thanks for tuning in. We'll say the same thing to each and every one of you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Like we say every week, please like, comment, share, tag a friend, tag a foe, tag anybody that you know. Please subscribe to both our podcast and to the YouTube channel. But my man Jomo, thanks for tuning in. He's a part of this text. A text full of men, we call it the suburban brothers in town. And we've been going back and forth. And we tried to create a litmus test of what was too far in this group text. And I think Jimmy violated. We both, you don't really sound like you think Jimmy violated. I'm gonna say he violated.
I just think I'm gonna say what you want. If you own it like that, I gotta give him some props for owning it. Before we can talk, look, he 8-miled us. Before you start talking about us on all the shows, when you see me, I'm showing you I did this. Yes, look, that's what I'm doing.
I don't think that can always work though, man. Like you can't just always preempt the heat just because you told us that. Not told us, showed us. He literally was doing his hair like this. He was sassy at the end of the video. He sucked his teeth and rolled his eyes at the end of the video. I'm sitting there looking. This is why I say extensions make you cry sometimes. This is my Jimmy Butler of my Miami Heat, a man that I came on the show and defended him taking that last shot. I called him Jimmy Buckets. I was all in. If I wasn't so cheap, I would have bought a Jimmy Buckets jersey. I rocked 22 in high school. I love everything about Jimmy Buckets. But when the man sucked his teeth and it was. Did
he really do that?
Yes. At the end of the video, when I wish we had it queued up now. At the end of the video, when he showed his new hair, he went like this at the end.
Maybe he was play pimping. If I gotta see him, if he doesn't have that in the fall, he was doing it just to mess with everybody. Because we never actually saw him hang, right? We saw him do the dreads, then we saw it all in a bun, right? So what if that was just one of those little things?
He been hiding.
The women just, how they just be putting a little ponytail on a ball. It looked like me and they got a ponytail sticking on there. Maybe he was play pimping.
Hey, man, I don't know. What's up, Andre Crompton? Andre Crompton, who's also a member of that same group of amazing, talented, successful, educated brothers, man. Shout out to all of them, man. Thank y'all for your support. But my man Cromp says the Steve Harvey rug worked for years because Steve Harvey did have something, and people have done it. It's arguable that one of our presidents.
I'm coming out here live, and I'm just going to let you guys make an announcement. Before this year's over, I'm going to do it at one time. If anybody knows, they have these.
What you going to do?
I haven't figured out the enormity, but there's no reason why. I work hard. I make a decent living. I got one kid off the books. Why shouldn't I have hair? I'm going to have hair. I've decided that today. You've heard it first. I'm going to do it. Before this year is over, I'm going to have some sort of hair. It's probably going to be temporary because I'm not doing all this. You know, they do like the Ken dolls where for the first while, that's the worst too, is when you see the people do the plugs and you have to act like you don't see it.
Yeah,
And
like I know what you're doing, bro.
Like you just like nobody hair grow every 6 inches.
I know what you did last summer. I know what you did last night. You went to the salon. Or look, man, we're gonna move on, but I'll ask the audience this before we do move on, and I do want to post some of these responses and comments. Did Jimmy Butler go too far? Jimmy Butler walked into the salon as Jimmy Buckets. He walked out as 2 Chainz.
It's Jamaica Buckets.
Did he go too far?
No.
Are we sure?
Absolutely not.
I'm asking our audience members, please chime in. And what's too far? Because in that group of brothers, and in the spirit of full transparency, I'm going to let you know what I said to them. To me, Jimmy went too far. The dreads, okay, if that's been a dream of yours. I was selling to them because I was defending Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets. I was selling to them that Jimmy Butler was he's probably doing a scene in a movie, right? Or he's probably like, he does a lot of like spoof type stuff. He's spoofing us.
I think so.
But
when you told me he did that little thing at the end, I didn't get it. I would have called that before. He's not a sweet tooth, so I don't think he's gonna.
I don't think he's a sweet tooth. He was just trying to show off his thing. What I'm saying to you is this: is that he violated when he put the blonde tips in the dreads. That's when I'm like, you know what? You're gone too far, dog. Now you want me to believe you grew hair overnight and that hair somehow was sun-kissed and you got a blonde highlight in that mofo.
I know, because you know most people grow the dreads and then they get bored after a few years and then they do the tips. He going full like I've had dreads for years.
He started it like, nah, we going right in.
You too famous for that?
They grew in blonde. So I ask our audience, man, please chime in.
I got Cherokee in my family. So you gonna claim Cherokee? That's why I got blonde in my hair. You know, everybody. You can't explain it. You claim Indian. Like they just got universal traits. Jimmy.
What we used to say, now Native American, but whatever it is, we know that man hair didn't grow in blonde. That's when I thought he went too far. I asked the audience, what do y'all think? Did Jimmy go too far? And now, since he revealed himself, our man P, our amazing research guy who's a part of the squad, says, and I'm going to read it, ain't no shame in Jimmy's game. Do you? Nothing wrong using extensions. The first time we were introduced to the concept of a man, a male with testosterone, a man who is not in what they call it, transition
fortitude.
A man, like he goes by the pronouns him and he, and however they say it, straight up man. A man can go in a salon and get extensions, and we were all laughing. But ain't no way, and here we are.
You have to have bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair, and you must be carrying a Fendi bag, and you have to have an attitude.
Bad attitude.
You gotta have attitude.
At least 2 pair.
That's what you have to do. Man. Otherwise, you can't rock extensions. You gotta go the whole outfit. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? You can't have the peanut butter without the jelly.
Yeah,
and it didn't work
P
for
also
Dennis
says it worked for Dennis Rodman.
Wore a full wig with lipstick. If that's the look you're going for, P, the Dennis Rodman, then just go all out. Don't go halfway.
Yeah. I'll say this, man, and we'll move on because I am not in the business of jumping on the pile when it comes to Jimmy Butler. That's my guy. That was why that was the first paragraph. I talked about Jimmy being my guy.
So we're going back to the first chapter now? Or
we just referring to it. We're going to the second paragraph now. That's too much, dog.
Okay.
That's too much. Jimmy, or should I say, I don't even want to call him dog. That's too much, darling. He did a sachet.
I don't know why he needs all that disrespect, all the darling, except for the last part. I got to see that. I'm going to go back and review the notes. I'm going to go on record and say, I was comfortable with everything until you tell me about the little stuff at the end.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm going to go on record and say I believe that he was playing. He was joking.
You think he was play pimp? I hope so.
You never saw them hang. You just saw him up. Anybody could do that.
No, he had him hanging at 1.2, man. I hate to say in the video.
You by the time he got to the end.
You got to see the video, man. It was just so much going on in his Strange video. That you probably missed it. It was one of the clips. The question has been posed by P. Will you and I ever have extensions? I'm going to start. Hell to the no.
Well, it depends.
Hell no.
What is considered an extension? If I glue something to the top of my head, is that an extension? Because there's nothing to extend. It's a start. I'm getting it from the rip. I'm not putting, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing from the skin up. Is that an extension?
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Get his hair braided. B don't have hair like that.
Hey,
He tried to braid his
hair.
mustache. You see, he stopped braiding his mustache. That shit got a little.
Yeah, no. I had to cut it down. I had to go back to meetings, professional meetings. So I had to let the handlebar mustache go. And honestly, Joe Mo, he makes a good point. No. See, he's talking about something else. But what I also said in that group text is, not only am I mad at Jimmy, I'm mad at anyone who fancies themselves as Jimmy's homeboy. How do you let your boy go in a salon and walk out looking like 2 Chainz?
He's grown. No. He don't look at that. That's just a joke.
All right, man. Let's hop into other parts then, because I think that we have a pretty strong consensus that Jimmy went too far. There are Miami Heat fans that literally tucked their Jimmy Butler jersey away today, and we're hanging our heads in shame because of Jimmy. Please continue to chime in. Do y'all think Jimmy went too far? Now that he is 2 Chainz. There are other people we talked about that have done things with their hair. We went with Deion Sanders. We went with you went Jason Whitlock. I haven't seen that one. Nick Wright, and LeBron James. None of those bother me as much as Jimmy Buckets. Maybe because I'm so emotionally invested into Jimmy. But something seems different about the Milli Vanilli look. You can't walk in with
girl, you know it's true. Okay, come on. Let's go.
Oh, you like that one. You hit that note. I'm giving credit.
But you know, it's funny that you hit them because even they had the fake singing. So everything fake.
Everything was inspired. And
this all started was okay, I guess.
This all started in Miami with Rick Ross, the biggest boss, talking about Noriega. And we found out he was a correction officer. And now it's okay in Miami to walk in with a fade and walk out looking like 2 Chainz with dreads down to the butt. Come on, man. What are we doing, man?
It's gonna mess up his jumper. You heard it here first. He's gonna go first time he go up and all that come in his face because he don't know what he's doing with it, and he mess his shot up. He's gonna go in the locker room. They're gonna cut that stuff off at halftime because that guy.
Scott Beard, you ain't right. He said extensions look dreadful.
See, I like what you did there. I liked it.
I do like what you did there. Extensions make you cry. Sometimes. Don't put that on us, man. You know, come on, Cheeky Black. Tell me that's a Florida thing. It is sort of just because of the Rick Ross impersonation of a hardcore rapper, also being a correction officer. But I want to disassociate myself with Jimmy Butler. That is the definition of going too far. Y'all continue to chime in, man. And I asked this just because you brought it up. Like, people get other things done to their body. That we talk about extensions. People extend their cup size, as you talked about, with some of breast implants.
I love how you keep separating yourself from it, like
yeah, you said that.
Like there was no pregame, but okay.
Yeah, there was a pregame, and I did this. So I guess you're right, to be honest. But there are also other things in plastic surgery. There's these BBL thing, Brazilian butt lifts. People extend their buttocks.
As much as I hate a flat behind, I think that's too much.
And you don't think Jimmy's dreads are too much, but you think a BBL is too much?
That's too much.
Come on, dog.
You got a fake booty, you got leg in your stomach, people going overseas, dying, coming back, putting in, I seen the thing, they putting in raw silicone, just throw it in their body and glue, Elmer's glue to close the, man, come on, man. Booties, do some squats first. If you haven't at least deadlifted your body weight until you cramped up, they got the thing in the gym now where you put the strap on your hip and then you come up and make the booties.
At least try. You saying at least try. You're saying that, but you're okay with Jimmy Butler walking in with a high top fade and walking out looking like Bob Marley's long lost grandson.
I wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't do it. But it's not like he couldn't grow dreads. He just didn't feel like waiting. He's rich.
That's the same thing you're saying.
Rich people don't wait in line. You know what I'm saying? Rich people don't wait in line. People don't gave up. I don't like the booty thing, but they done gave up. They done been flat booty for so long. They got LBSC. That's what they used to call it in college. Long back, short crack. Long LBSC. They got LBSC forever. And they got tired of their LBSC and said, look, I'm going to do something about this because I'm not attracting the man that I want to attract. First of all, you think 95% of what you see in a woman is at least enhanced, if not fake altogether, right? They color their hair. They straighten their hair. They
I
curl
would go
their hair.
95%. For the record, ladies, I didn't say that. Big Flo did. Not 95%, but
Okay.
you know.
What woman don't wear makeup hardly? Right?
Well, they got the new hashtag, natural beauty, whatever. One of them. I messed up the hashtag.
And that hashtag doesn't get as much as Maybelline, right? Like
probably not.
whatever. But
Touché.
this makeup, lipstick, I know that's part of makeup, but I'm saying fake eyelashes, fake your the way your eyebrows grow, color. Everyone do something to their hair different. Toes did. They got the Spanx that they wear. They all
Fair.
kind of stuff be lying. Everything be lying. They got the yoga pants. Whoever invented those should get a Nobel Peace Prize because they done made all booties look at least. Oh, see
booty rocking over here.
Everybody
Even
look
people
like
with
booty
NASA
stuff.
tall, no ass at all.
Stuff. They found a way to accentuate it from far, bathing suits, all kinds of stuff. Everything they do tricking you.
And
Everything. Jimmy want to put a little extension in his hair and claim it.
You're right. Fine. And Jimmy said, whatever you can do, I can do better. He walked into
a
salon as an NBA great. A man who's going to take the last shot that a whole bunch of people ain't got the confidence to take. He walked in, Mr. Alpha Male. He walked out, Strong J.
I'm going to give me one of them spank joints with the abs in it. So when you see my shirt, you're going to be like, his stomach big, but it's ripped.
Oh, man. Here, look at this. Nah, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Scott Bibbs, see, that's what I'm talking about. Scott Bibbs said, but he would dominate the WNBA. And to his point, it's in the same week that goofy, who also was a fraud and misrepresented himself as a president, said that if he had a WNBA team, he would go take LeBron because he don't like LeBron. And now Strong J walks out of the salon. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. This
Jimmy trying to get
life.
Jimmy can't get a championship in the men's league, so he's trying to slowly transition.
Hey, stop, man. We about to win us one. We gonna win for the Bulls. But that's what I'm saying. Does art imitate life, or does life imitate art? Strong J walks out after Goofy Doofy, Trump himself, happens to say,
"Why you had to punch me in the Bulls?"
I'm just because you tried to call. You said we wasn't gonna win one. We gonna win one.
I wasn't talking about the Heat. I talking about Jimmy, but you had to make it personal and punch me in the Bulls.
So like, punch me in the Bulls. This all started. That's what I'm talking about. This all started over a sassy NBA great. Now he got us fighting. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you come out strong, Jay.
That's what it pulls the worst out of you. But yeah, I think there's limitations, man. I don't like all that. You know what I mean? Like if a woman want to enhance her breasts, you know what I'm saying? This. Okay, but then that I don't like when they do their face and cut the lips up and all that kind of stuff. Like then your kids come out and they don't look like mom because mom don't look like mom and all that kind of stuff. Have some pride about yourself.
We got people saying go Jimmy. If y'all like Jimmy, go ahead, put in the comments, go Jimmy. If you don't have a problem with it, if you think he went too far, think he went too far, just comment too far, because some people are cheering for Jimmy. On this show, we celebrate the environment when we walk into a barbershop and we get to talking that smack about sports, business, entertainment. It is really sort of the forefather, the ingredients, the beginning of why Ball Hawk Sports Talk exists. Never in a million years did I think it would extend to a salon with someone walking in getting extensions, fancying himself as an NBA great, a killer, a superstar, and a sassy one at that. Come on, Jimmy.
Look, Alvin Miller's an OG, right? He came before us. He paved the way.
Appreciate you, Alvin Miller, for tuning in.
If Alvin Miller says it's okay with me.
It's all right with you. All right. Hey, man, I defer, but I do want to hear from other people. Is this okay, or did Jimmy go way too far with his sassy self? Let's hop into a few more topics, man. But no, before I do, because you do got to think, what's the stuff called when they dye your hair now?
Dye.
No, it's called
color.
No, they call it something. When they dye you, they dye you.
Oh, Beijing?
Beijing.
Why you trying to call me out?
Yeah. Now,
I may or may not have a bottle of
raise your
Beijing
hand.
in the bathroom.
Hey, a hurt dog, a holler. I ain't said nothing about no Beijing.
What'd you say? What'd you say? Beijing, yeah, we put the lesson. There's better stuff out there than that.
But it's okay to do Beijing, not okay to do dreads for me. I ain't gonna knock nobody want to have they beard tight or they line up tight. Ray Lewis has done it forever. A lot of guys have done it, and I ain't said a word because it's cool. Just don't go sweating too hard in a hot summer day because you're gonna get embarrassed. But dreads, I don't know, too far. My man Scott Bibb. Let's transition. On that note, let's hop into a few more topics, man, because this week we also got, in terms of extensions, because extensions make you cry sometimes. We had to ask a question this week. And the question is, in this episode of Extensions Make You Cry sometimes, is who extended the invite to KD? You see him and Jayson Tatum kicking in New York. You hear rumors of the Celtics now being in the KD sweepstakes and possibly in the talks of bringing KD in. Rumor, fact, who knows? That's sports. But Jaylen Brown ain't having it.
No.
Jaylen Brown, that's my cousin them. Jaylen Brown, who wears his hair proudly and has not gone to the extensions, said, and I quote, I don't even know why y'all talking about KD. I don't even know why you would be talking about me being the one traded for KD when I outplayed the little light-skinned fellow over there. He didn't say light-skinned fellow. He said, I outplayed Jayson Tatum. What do you think, man?
So now it's fucked up because if this the trade doesn't go through, it's like this, it's
that's
controversy.
Gonna be beef. That's gonna be
That's
beef.
beef.
Yeah.
He's like, man, he's like the mad rapper out there. I got dope rhymes. What you talking about? Why you trade Tatum? He did play better than Tatum. Quiet.
That's kind of dry snitching, though. I like the fact he was upset that KD was in the conversation, but dry snitching is dry snitching is dry snitching. We from communities where we know a dry snitch. That's a dry snitch. He
doesn't want to go to the Nets. Send Tatum to the Nets. I don't want to go. Send him. I'm better than him. But I don't think he's better than him, but he played better than him in the playoffs.
That's what he said. He didn't say I'm better than him. He said, check the receipts, bruh. Look at how I played against Miami.
Google me is what he said.
Against
Google
Golden
me.
State. And look how that dud played against Golden State. Yeah, Google me.
But now they don't ruin the team now. Now they got beef. And then now Tatum is at the bar with KD. You think KD brushes? We'll talk later. And so
there's a picture, for those of you who haven't seen it, there's a picture of Kevin Durant and Jayson Tatum in New York kicking it. Like, and it seemed like it was in response, in my humble opinion, to Jaylen Brown saying, I outplayed dude. Now, if anybody was going to dry snitch in this situation, if anybody was going to act sassy, I thought it was going to be Jayson Tatum and his light-skinned self.
We're going to stay off of the colorisms.
For anybody who is this your first time, this is just an ongoing joke. We don't have any problem with any particular skin.
Any hue.
Every hue is good.
Shade. We like them all.
But Jayson Tatum was the one who's supposed to be talking about, man, I outplayed him. Jayson Tatum was the one supposed to be coming out with extensions. I'm sorry. But Jayson Tatum, I thought, would be that guy. It's Jaylen Brown the one acting all light-skinned.
Jimmy Butler? Okay, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not falling for the trap. I'm gonna stay the course. But I think that's bad. But you know what though? Would it be a KD situation if there wasn't some drama involved?
Seriously, man.
Could it be a KD situation? I think it's the perfect trade right now. It's right. It's crazy. I don't know, but right now they're up to like there's a couple role players, those two, and then one
role player, and it's all rumors. And Celtics fans have said, "Hey, we like our team leaving intact." But you be out your mind if you had a chance to bring in Kevin Durant, and you could put Kevin Durant next to Jayson Tatum, or remove Jayson Tatum and put Kevin Durant next to Jaylen Brown. Take your pick.
What does Kyrie have to say at this point? Like, hold on, man, you gonna go back to them? Like I came here to mess with you, and you gonna go mess with them? Oh yeah, man, come to New Jersey, man. It's gonna be great, man. You don't want to be in Boston, whatever. But I'm gonna go to Boston right quick if it's all the same because you just hold it. Look, I'm gonna send you somebody though. I'm gonna send you,
which is crazy, and that's where Kyrie came from. This feels like a male soap opera. This feels like WWE-ish. That
you see why I don't mess with KD. Yeah, he doesn't have any sense of anything.
I just don't know. Maybe it's summer, man. In the summer, people start popping off. You live in Chicago. People pop off in the summer. I just feel like all of this melodramatic soap opera got something to do with the summer because there's a lot of sassiness going on. We started off this show, Sports Business Entertainment, the Ball Hawk Sports Talk. We do a rough, rugged, and raw. We say it with our chest. We start off this show about Jimmy Buckets getting weave in his head. There's something going on in the summer, dog. It's summer I don't know. It's summer. The solstice or something's going on in the summer because there's way too much sassiness going on. Let's get it back to a little more testosterone, gentlemen. And with that, because I don't think KD's going anywhere, to be frank. But again, it's good.
All this for nothing.
All this for nothing. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Him and his very best friend.
I just want to let y'all know about our priorities. We gave 30 minutes to extensions and 5 minutes to KD.
Yeah,
let's move on.
Yeah, let's move.
Let's go.
Let's go to the real extensions to be talked about.
Let's go.
Are the contract extensions, and there are some people that are in line to straight up get paid. And let's go in order. Let's go in order because one person, because we started off talking NBA, so let's stay there. One person who wants to get paid max dollars is someone that you would think from a prototypical standpoint is not a max contract guy at this point in his career, none other than Draymond Green. And I love Draymond, I do. But if we're going to talk about how bad somebody played in the playoffs, and when or at least in the championship itself, when we talked about Jayson Tatum, how dare we not bring that up for Draymond Green? Draymond Green is asking to get max dollars with 2 years left on his contract on the heels of looking like someone who did not belong on the court at times.
You think he might, look, his timing is a little off. He might want to wait one more.
Yeah, dog.
Let's wait a little longer.
Wait, even maybe to the middle. Wait until the All-Star weekend of next year.
Or have a couple good summer league games.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Post a few highlights of you doing something you ain't normally doing, dunking. Something. I just feel like the timing was off. I hear you, but maybe you don't want to say it right now, is all I'm saying. Would you give Draymond Green, who, to be honest, let's be fair, is the glue of that team? They got not one, not two, not three. They got four now, right? They're four.
4 championships.
They got 4 championships. He has been the glue for all 4 of those championships at some point or another. And if you don't believe me, look at the one real big upset they had against Cleveland. Most people say that was because Draymond's suspension in that series changed the whole series. But it's a business, sports business and entertainment. That's what we do here at the Ball Hawk Sports Talk. From a business standpoint, do you give Draymond the max deal contract extension?
Who's on max deals over there?
I don't know. I think they got enough to move and maneuver to give him the money. So that I saw one little construct to show they can find him the money. I don't know who's on max deals, but they can find them.
Here's the thing is, you don't want that
with luxury taxes, of course, but they can find the money.
You don't want the team to break up.
Why not? The Fat Boys broke up. I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to interrupt. Go ahead. I got to let you finish that thought. Go ahead. I'm sorry
about the Fat Boys breaking up, too. That's a sore subject to me. But I just kind of feel like, I don't know. You can't do it without him, even though he I don't know. I see with Scott. I mean, he's valuable, but not a max guy. I think he has nerve to ask for it now, but in the heels of this championship, I just feel like he does so much. You don't want to break the team up. If he goes, who fills that void? He's not going to go get it anywhere else, so you don't have to give it to him. If you say no and he wants to leave and he tests the market, he's going to be upset because as good as Draymond is on that team, nobody else is going to look and say, I need to pay this cat a max deal to come over. He's not that kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
So I think you just placate him, maybe give him a better parking space and, get him an appointment to get some braids or something.
Employee of the month? You're going to give him an employee of the month parking spot?
Employee of the month, little parking spot. See if they can't put him up with Jimmy's people, get his hair did, But max deal is a lot. That's too much.
That's a lot, man. It's not a lot of max deal guys in the NBA, first of all. And now you add the factors of his age. He's kind of a guy without a position. He definitely isn't someone you look to score.
No,
yes, he's a good defender. So here's my question to those of you watching us live. My question to you, same question. Would you give the glue of the team and all 4 championships, which while I make that statement, it sounds crazy because you got the Splash Brothers. You had KD for 2 of those championships. Yeah, Andre Iguodala making great plays, got himself an MVP. You got Jordan Poole come out of nowhere making great plays. Andrew Wiggins, who was an all-star, was so serviceable. Yet, if we're going to be completely and utterly honest, none of those championships happens without Draymond Green. So give the man his flowers while he can still smell them. Salute to you, Draymond. I ask you, after saying that, I ask our audience, think about it. You are the person making the decision here. You are the person deciding where this team goes from here. You are the person with the money and the purse strings to decide whether or not you do honor this man, because to me, it seems as though you would be paying him for what he did in the past, right? And giving him his just due by allowing him to extend 2 years early on this contract, way over age for a max contract guy, way sort of undervalued for or underutilized for a max.
He's supposed to make $25 million this year. He good.
Would you pay him? Would you pay him? I want to hear y'all responses.
Yeah,
my response is
$25 million. He's getting 25.8, so $26 million this year. He got enough money coming. Good. He not
why take $26 million when you get $40 million? Right? We
the raise.
Because the same things I just said about his age and all of that, he's closer to the end than he is to the beginning. Those are the reasons why you don't delay the money. Now he's asking because he knows he can ask. He's asking because he understands that he's the glue of that team. But he's also asking knowing that guys your age, at your position, and how you are used don't normally get max dollars.
If Draymond leaves Golden State, the next team he'll play for, he'll make 10 to 15 million. Because he's the glue at Golden State, but he's a dynamite other places. He's the glue at Golden State because Steph, I tell you, Golden State is such a unique place. The same reason why I told you any superstar could go there and become the MVP, and Wiggins is just not enough of a superstar to do it, but was in the conversation.
Yep.
That dynamic is only exists in Golden State. And if you put him on any other team with multiple people who are not named Steph and Clay, two humble dudes that don't have egos and whatever, that will just kind of sit back and let him be that, his skill set and whatever is a cancer on most teams. So he's not going nowhere. Shut up and make your $26 million. I'm not saying shut up. I'm not going to disrespect you like that, but get your 26. Go for yours.
You're going to say be quiet instead of shut up.
Nah, I sounded too much like shut up and dribble, and I didn't want to sound like that. But $26 million, you doing all right. You straight. After taxes, I think you still can buy a couple, extensions.
You took the time as an executive to explain it to Draymond. I would laugh at Draymond. He'd be like, man.
Don't laugh. He might steal you. He might.
I would laugh with my security in there. I got security in there when we talk.
Through email.
It's through email.
A laugh emoji.
Joke's on you. But I would tell Draymond in these very direct words, don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you, dog.
Don't do that.
I ain't giving you max dollars because you ain't no max dollar guy. But I'm especially not giving you max dollars 2 years before your contract expires. We got our 4 championships, bro. You can't take them back. The value in that is there. So what we going to do is I'll do a little secret handshake with him, everything. And then at the end, I'll tap on his butt like, man, good luck. But I ain't giving up that kind of money for Draymond. Draymond, you high. He should drug test him immediately. To extend your contract 2 years early and give you max dollars, where they do that at? Ain't no way, man. I like me some Draymond, but that ain't happening for me. Y'all please chime in. Let us know if you're the executive, would you pay Draymond? I'll ask this question, man. No, we'll move on because I was gonna ask the question, but I'm gonna set it up first. DK Metcalf, who plays the best position in all of football, and Big Flo agrees. The wide receiver position is for this. Is a pause for the moment. For this commercial break, we are going to talk about the wide receiver position. It's a position for great people. I mean, the most handsome, dynamic, charismatic people play the position. And yes, it just so happens that I played the position. But I didn't get DK Metcalf type money. DK Metcalf just broke the bank. DK Metcalf literally had a Brinks truck walk up and unload in his bank account. My question is for you. I know DK Metcalf has this amazing play where he runs somebody down, the safety from Arizona and all that great stuff. But is DK Metcalf worth all that money? The wide receiver position, I know your son plays wide receiver and you want to say yes because I get it. You know what I mean? Y'all going to do big things with that bread. But come on, man, the wide receiver position, you know what has to go right for the ball to go to the wide receiver. Not only does the snap have to be perfect, not only does the offensive line have to make sure that they block, not only do you have to beat the defensive back and the quarterback has to make the right throw, the wind doesn't have to be blowing a certain way, but a lot got to go right before the receiver get the ball. The man broke the bank. Are NFL teams just giving away money?
If so,
what's going on?
Where do I line up?
Where do I line up? Because I'm late to the party if that's the case. I grew up in an era, at the risk of sounding real old, I grew up in an era where wide receivers wasn't getting paid like that. Not like that.
1,000 yards.
He's getting paid. I'm trying to see his numbers, man. Because
29 touchdowns, 3,100 yards over 3 years, 29 touchdowns.
But he got 3 years, $72 million extension. Because extensions make you cry sometimes, and it don't make you cry in a bad way. I'm sure DK Metcalf
sometimes you just
is crying with
babies born. You cry.
He's crying.
He give you a $72 million contract. You cry.
$30 million signing bonus, highest ever for a wide receiver. He got paid $30 million for just spelling his name right, and the man is DK. It's hard to misspell it. 30 mil. What's going on, dog? I missed in my next life, I'm playing receiver again.
You should have been in the weight room a little more. That's all.
I should have. The boy's slow. I should have. And you can tell he's been in the weight room. But the contract extension I really got to talk about this week is one that we alluded to last week, and then the wheels came off, right? Because Kyler Murray, all 5 foot. What would you get? 5'9"?
About 5'8", 5'8".
5'8", going 5'8".
In cleats, 5'9".
In cleats, 5'8". All right. So if we broke down the millions that he made per centimeter of his height.
Ooh, he's the highest paid per inch?
Per inch. Oh, absolutely highest paid.
Pound
for pound, he got that. Yeah. He got that.
He's the Floyd Mayweather of football. Yep.
Straight up. Pound for pound, he got that. But it turns out that and became very public that the Arizona Cardinals somehow had some clause in there that they referred to as the independent study clause that said that he had to get at least 4 hours of independent study per week. Now, I don't think that's a big deal, but the sports world went crazy. Our own P-Funk, my man Parnell, also went crazy. And he already ready. Look, he talking about he's 5'10". That man ain't 5'10". Man, he could
Parnell
be on somebody's shoulder, not 5'10".
He's claiming 5'7", so he has to make him 3 inches.
He got to make him tall. Parnell, that ain't. You could ask Kyler Murray himself; he wouldn't say no 5'10". Not at least without he would stutter if he said 5'10". Because he really was gonna say 5'2" and change it to 10. But
if Webster was a quarterback, yeah, go ahead.
This man. They made it very public, had an independent study clause in there. I don't have a problem with it. My man Parnell, who does all of our research and does a great job, but he has been hounding us all week. How this clause is suggestive that black folk don't take things serious. How this clause is an insult. How this clause, a reflection of how poorly Kyler Murray handled his business and getting this contract extension done. How this clause, and he's gone on and on. And so I'm here to ask both the Ball Hog Sports audience, because we love y'all, and I love your input. And to you, Big Flo, is this a big deal that they had this independent study? Because the Arizona Cardinals, eventually they capitulated and got that clause out of the contract. They had to acquiesce to all of the backlash that they got and took the clause out of the contract. Twitter, like they went in on them. How dare you ask this black man to go and look at 4 hours of film and make all that money? And I just wasn't on that train. So am I losing my? Come on, man. Am I asleep? Am I not woke? Was there that much? I didn't see that much there in there. And the Arizona Cardinals then backing off of and pulling out, to me, gives it even more like attention when it didn't deserve any. And maybe I'm wrong. I ask you. What you say, Big Flo?
I absolutely have no problem if you're going to give me $250 million for you to ask me to do anything short of wearing blackface and a dress, right? Like, if you look at it, this is
either one. You wouldn't do either one. I know you wouldn't do blackface, but a dress, like, what if it was a kilt? You could go like the Irish thing.
Under the knee or over the knee? I don't know. I probably could wear a kilt. I probably could wear a kilt. Can I have drawers on at least or no?
You gotta have draws. Yes, please.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
if I could have
mandatory too.
draws
That's
on
in the
or some
contract.
tights.
Gotta wear draws.
Contract, then I could wear a kilt for $250,000. So, and you know, I'll be honest. Blackface maybe. It depends how long. Like
how black
we talking. Let's just hear
makeup
this. We
is.
talking
Oh,
$250,000,000
no.
right here. We talking
Quarter
generational
bill,
money.
a billion.
Tell somebody no, we're not rich. We still got to go to regular house because I would put a makeup on my face. I don't know. We're digressing. So anyway, I don't have a problem with this. Look, they've been having behavior clauses in contracts for years. Just the average defensive lineman, offensive lineman in the NFL will have a weight clause. Zion, they're talking about giving him a weight clause. You got Josh Gordon, who had to go get drug tested and all these
Now you're
different
going too
clauses.
far. Don't be talking about the Browns players. Don't do that to me, man.
So my point is,
That hurt my heart.
like,
Josh Gordon.
you should think that an NFL athlete should mind his weight without being told, but no,
Right.
they tell you to. You should think that Josh Gordon should be able to put the weed down so he can go make millions of dollars, but no, they had to tell him that. So listen, they didn't put the clause in. For anyone who wants to play the race card on this one, you're hurting the cause, because they don't put study clauses in places if people study. He was on TV or on some show the other day saying he doesn't study because he's blessed with the ability to react on the fly all the time, and he can just rely on that. Some people can't do that, but he can just play on the fly, and that's BS. At the end of the day, you can still do that and study as well. We're putting our franchises, the whole franchise, in your hands. You have all this talent around you. They had a good season last year, but again, down the stretch, he had some problems, and you got to think. You can't play worse because you study the film. You can't play worse because you know what you're up against. So at least humor us. We're giving you $250,000. Whatever time you're spending, that's our time. Whatever time that you did, whatever video game you're playing, put it down. Come get this $250,000,000. Now, I do think that when you put the name Arizona, sometimes people make a bad decision. They follow up with the bad decision. They really should have found a way not to put this public, right? But now that it's out in the public and you see all the clauses, I think they said, all right, it looks bad. And then he started complaining. We just put the franchise.
He said it's an insult. He said, yeah, I watched it. It's an insult. Like,
well, he signed the contract. He wasn't that damn insulted until everybody started talking about it. He had no problem. If he didn't try to negotiate it out, they just took it out. You see how quickly they came out? So, but so you're putting all this money in the franchise in the hands of a guy that you don't think can study. It kind of makes you look bad. Like, really? This is who you gave all that money to, a guy that you had to pay to study? So I can see it both ways, but I don't have any problem with the clause saying this is what the expectation of your behavior. We think you're good. We think you can be better, and this is what you need to do. $250,000,000?
Billion with a B. I'm gonna read this from our man. It's our research guy Parnell. I see other people have chimed in. What's up, Nick Butler? He says not a big deal. I'll let you address this, and then we'll move on from it. But it says it's embarrassing on both the Cardinals and Kyler. Why would the Cardinals make it public? Plus, for Kyler, it hurts black quarterbacks and questions their IQ. They're looking at Kyler like Jamarcus Russell. Again, I didn't read all of that into it, but the more that I hear Parnell talk about it, I could appreciate where he's coming from, right? Because we talked about so many different quarterbacks, black quarterbacks that had to fight to be respected. Right. We talked about Briscoe, who recently passed, rest in peace. We talked about some of the hurdles he had to overcome to be respected as a quarterback. How many black quarterbacks did they move to wide receiver because they didn't think intellectually they were okay, they were fit to be quarterback? But in 2022, that's not a thing. Amongst the top quarterbacks in the NFL, a bunch of brothers. So I didn't think it was in response to him being black. I thought it was in response to him obviously not watching enough film. And
admittedly,
that's a small part. And the bigger part is they just gave him $250 million. So from an investment standpoint, it's like, these retirement funds do it all the time, right? They are involved in investor calls. The whole idea of being ESG, being environmental, and doing all of these things. Like, the biggest investors have influence in investor calls with some of the biggest companies. So if I've invested $250 million in you, dog, with your 5'8" self, you gotta at least be okay. I didn't have an issue with it. And then the biggest part, and you said it, like, they negotiated the contract. So No one held a gun to Kyler's head and made him sign it. So as a contract law guy, a purist, right? Now all of a sudden you got an issue with it because he had an issue with it because he signed it. He got an issue with that it became public. I agree the Cardinals should have made sure that never became public because you don't want anyone embarrassed by a clause like that. One that at the end of the day, there's no upside to the public knowing about it. But I didn't see it as race related, man.
Hell
and,
no.
And I hope that I'm not going to lose my black card for saying it because I've tried to see it from just that lens.
I got an extra one for you, B.
You got an extra black card.
I got an extra.
Appreciate it. Got one on deck.
Somebody take it. I got you. That's so dumb. We got to stop doing that as black people when things don't go our way. Not everything is racist. They told him to come in there for Father's Day because he wasn't doing that. They don't have to tell other quarterbacks. Tom
Brady ain't got to be told that.
Russell Wilson didn't have to get told that. Tom Brady didn't have to be told that. I don't know. Cam Newton, I haven't heard anything. This dude doesn't study, man. That's not normal quarterback behavior. That's not franchise quarterback $250 million behavior. So bring your dumb ass in here and study. They took the clause out, kind of. I bet you they didn't really take it out, though. They said, like, wow, we're going to tell you about
it. We're going to change it. They changed the words. They took that clause out. They changed it from must to should. They just changed the clause.
Purnell, I don't say that. As a black quarterbacks don't have to weigh that. That's him. Tom Manziel, he didn't do that shit. He wasn't messed up. He's not black.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel didn't mess it up for all white quarterbacks.
Yeah, stop saying that, man. And he got $250 million. So it's not like this dude did bad. He just got one little clause, embarrassed himself. Like telling somebody you nasty. You got to, hey, shower. You know, Tom Brady, they had to pay him to come to OTAs, right? They had to give him extra money. I think I saw that to come to OTAs. He's supposed to come to OTAs. They had to give him extra bread to do it. Okay, man, that's none of your business, man. We pocket watching that. Let this dude do what they got to do. But hey, if I'm giving $250 million, I don't care how you feel about the clause.
Yeah, if I give you $250 million, and if I want to, I'll put in there. You got to do 100 push-ups every day at 6 a.m. You're gonna do them 100 push-ups, dog, or you gonna get this $250 million. It's a B on there.
If Kyler don't want to do it, I got time. I got 4 hours a day.
And it was only 4 hours. That was the thing that really took. Was
it a week or a day?
Yeah, no, I think it was 4 hours a week. It was something nominal. It wasn't like, but it was independent. So, and for all of those who might not know, like the NFL day, what they're required to do is already a long day. So the independent study clause means outside of what he's required to do with film study with his quarterback coach, outside of the film study with the offense, outside of the normal things that he would have to do with his team and be in the complex in the Arizona Cardinals facility, outside of that, they were requiring him to do 4 extra hours. But with the technology you got today, man, you could even do outside study while you inside the building. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but yet it became a big deal. That's what happens when you're talking about $250 million. Billion.
Make you start getting real, making demands. I gotta listen. Hold on before I can get this check. Let me look, I want this. Tuck your shirt in. Hold on.
Tuck your shirt in, man. Hey.
They gotta still feel in charge because I really don't feel in charge when somebody demands that kind of money from me.
If the Celtics eventually sign KD, they should put a clause in there so you gotta brush your hair.
Brush your hair.
You gotta brush your hair. That dude.
Yeah.
At least 4 times.
The NBA had a
brush your hair at
least
least 4 times.
Groom your hair. We'll even have somebody on the bench while we're talking to just tighten you up.
It's called the look like something clause. Walk around here looking like that, boy, you're gonna look like something. You know what I mean? I mean, you're a reflection of me. I remember my mom used to say, boy, you're gonna look like something. They're gonna have to look like something clause for KD. We shall see, but I didn't think it was a big deal. My man P. Parnell does a fabulous job for us. So how dare we not bring it to the Ball Hawk Sports Talk and talk about it? We shall see, man. I just thought that the Cardinals fumbled the ball, pun intended, so many times on this story. And then the final fumble, if you will, was to then remove the clause and publicly discuss that they moved it. Why not just remove the clause and not say nothing about it? Because you knew it was all PR at that point. So here we are in today's society. Very interesting stuff. We got to get to the WNBA real quick. I love some of these comments, man. Y'all keep them coming. We got to get to the WNBA real quick, and you know that I've been a fan. This is WNBA season, and someone did something last night in this episode of Extensions make you cry sometimes. I think one of the biggest extensions that you could ask for is an extra life, man. Like 9 lives. Some athletes got 9 lives. LeBron is one that we celebrate on the NBA side, but on the WNBA side, Diana Taurasi, at 40 years young. That's what old people say to make themselves feel better. I'm saying 40 years.
40 is new 30. We say stupid shit like that all the time, too.
That's what us old folks say. At 40 years young, scored 30 points last night. I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's a lot of 40-year-olds that couldn't score 30 points against 10-year-olds at this point.
I know a 45-year-old that still think he could dunk, but can't.
I'm going to dunk that thing. Don't even worry about it. Oh, I tested it this week. Y'all, as good as we're good, bro. We're good. We're good. Don't worry about it. Ball Hawk Sports Talk, you heard it here first. My dunk is coming, man. At 45 years old.
We a mile away to 46.
We halfway there. So I just got to get it before my birthday. I got y'all, man. My issue now is I can't palm the ball. So all right, let me make sure that we got this right for the stipulation. Can I dunk with the 28-inch ball? I got to dunk with.
Can I dunk on a 9-foot rim? I mean, what are we doing? We changing stuff?
It's
I
just
can dunk on a 9-foot.
The only challenge now is palming the ball, but I got the dunk. We good.
You can't palm basketball. You got big hands.
Nah, I can't palm the 29.
You know,
I used to be able to. I think my hands are shrinking, man.
I'm going to give you a cheat. I'm going to give you a cheat, but don't tell anybody. Put a football glove on.
To dunk it?
Because you know what? So, like, I don't have huge hands. And, like, when I do the jugs machine with my son, every once in a while, when I'm trying to reach over it, I would drop the football. You know, these balls are old as hell and they get real slick. And I put a football glove on, and I'm just like, this is super easy now. The grip it gives you, I could palm a basketball if I put
palm basketball. All right. So
I can't palm basketball at all, not even close. But I could palm one if I put one of those football gloves on because it gives you just like have sticky fingers, you know?
Yeah, I like
Try
that. See, when y'all come to the Ball Hawk Sports Talk, you'll never know what you're gonna get.
You learn.
You just help me out, and I am gonna have on a football glove. I will be dunking very soon. Y'all stay tuned, fans.
But I want to go on record in front of all my friends and family to say I don't think you should try to do it because I love him and I don't want him to go through a surgery. And I expect there to be a doctor that is going to prosper from this ill-informed attempt that he's going to do. That's just me.
I'm gonna knock on wood. Let me knock on wood before I say this. I'm good, dog. I'm good. I do kind of feel
famous last words.
Last word. I do feel like putting on a football glove to dunk a basketball. It's kind of like Jimmy Bucket walking in there and getting dreads, but I'm good with it, man, because Jimmy Bucket made it okay.
We all saying the reason why you couldn't dunk. I also don't like excuses, so I don't want to hear the reason why you couldn't dunk.
Oh no, I got this. Don't trip.
So I cured that.
What I did realize is
this is not a test of your grip strength. This is a test of whether or not you can jump.
What I did realize is though, in 45, I probably can no longer dunk with 2 hands, which is sort of that deflated me. But I got it. We good.
The landing gear is down on the plane, my friend. It's been down for a while.
Is straight up. 2 hands.
Put your tray. Everybody, put your tray tables up and put your back in the upright position.
Easy one. Let's hop in, man. Because I did want to get to a few more things. WNBA. We're gonna go from being silly and talking about Diana Taurasi and her 9th, 10th, 11th life, scoring 30 points at 40 years old, to something a lot more serious. We have been on this show consistent with our support and defending Brittney Griner. We have posted Free Brittney on here several times, and we've talked about the discussion very quickly. It seems as though the discussion is heating up, that they're going to, and we all joked, right? A big for a shooter, saying Brittney Griner being traded for this Russian arms dealer, illegal arms dealer. Very dangerous man because he proliferates weapons on the international stage. Do you think it's a fair trade? And let's not get super philosophical. Let's do it quickly. But when you hear it, your natural reaction to that, an international arms dealer that proliferates weapons throughout the world, being traded for someone that had hashish cartridges in a country but lives in a country that cannabis is now legal. Does it seem like a fair trade?
Does it come with any draft picks or cash or any type of stuff?
I don't know. I'm not in. We gotta see what the negotiation. Does it come with some stipulation to watch film afterwards? I don't know. Maybe they're making the arms trader watch 4 days of independent study of how not to be an arms trader. I don't know what it comes with, but something when I hear it, it don't feel right. I don't know your natural reaction when you hear it. And please, for our audience, chime in. You hear that? Brittney Griner, who is just as innocent as she could be, she talked about in her interview, she signed an admission. She basically confessed to the crime, but she signed something that was written in a different language. I mean, from the outset, this seemed to be just like ridiculous. Yet she has been used as a pawn in this game, dare I say. Does it feel right?
I think it's terrible. I mean, at the end of the day, I think they should maybe put some more effort into getting her free and figure out what we can do. But I mean, this guy is an arms dealer. He's out here. I mean, like, it's not like arms are not being traded. It's not, they closed one McDonald's. They still got others, right? So it's not like arms aren't going to be dealt. And that now that he's out, all of a sudden, all these new arms will be dealt.
He's going to open a few more franchises, though. McDonald's going to be at a few more blocks now.
But the bottom line is people are dead because of this dude.
Yeah.
Brittney got to sit there for that. She got to put some more time in. I can't see it.
And that's tough to say because we've been fighting for Brittney, but
I'm fighting for Brittney. I'm cool, but like, would you say that we should send a military strike to go get her out?
Hell no.
No. So like when it comes to life or death, I'm sorry, you over there. We got to keep working. Send Jesse. You haven't sent Jesse. You haven't sent Dennis Rodman over there yet. We haven't tried everything, right?
They need to send us. Send the Ball Hawk Sports Talk crew over there. We gonna get her out.
Roy Jones have talked about going over there. I'm not going over there for her. I like Brittney Griner. I'm not going to Russia. She had me. Why would you go to Russia anyway? For what?
She was over there playing. That was her supplemental income.
Man, yeah, other places. That's not crazy as hell to play. First of all I need to know about Russia is that they want us to release an arms dealer that they have. That's a gem to them.
Right.
That you don't need hear nothing else about this country. They want you to release an arms dealer. That's like they got Jeffrey Dahmer over there in Russia. We're like, let him go. We'll give us one of our guys back. That's your guy? This is who you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was working for the state. That just lets you know everything you know about Russia. But I can't condone that, man. Because if one person gets killed because of that, because this guy's out, one more person comes back and does something, then I got an issue. But at the same time,
whereas on the other side, if you let Brittney get out and come back to the States, the worst that's going to happen is going to be a few more cannabis kashish cartridges. Or her sheesh.
You think they let her get her weed back if they drop it out? Did they give you everything you came in with?
Something tells me they didn't smoke that. She been there a minute. Somebody didn't smoke that.
That's why I look here, man.
That's the worst part about getting caught. Yeah, you ain't vote.
But if she come back out here and what does she come back? Well, first of all, is WNBA? Do they test for drugs? Because that's terrible. I guess her system probably clean now.
Her system should be very clean. Very clean. In this episodes of extensions make you cry sometimes. We raise that just because her detention has been extended several times. And we're laughing, but at deep down, still like upset for her. It's tragic. Her wife hasn't seen her. She signed a confession that was written in Russian language.
Did it matter though? That's all. It doesn't matter. She's not getting out. It doesn't matter if she signed it or not. That's all.
And to be honest, nothing about Russia makes me feel as though she had any choice in signing that. Like it wasn't one thing. Well, I can't sign that. I got.
Well, she signed it right here. That's why we kept her because she said that she did it. She wanted to stay. They said she wanted to stay. It says right here she loves it.
Come on, Russia, do better, man.
Russia is trading to get a arms dealer released. They feel like they've been missing this cat.
That's so publicly
all you
crooked.
need to know about the country.
That's so publicly crooked. At some point, don't you want the world just to believe? Like we started this show off about misrepresentations, right? Jimmy and his dreads. Don't you just want to misrepresent yourself to the world that you care? They don't even care to
let our criminals go.
Yeah, man. If I ever decide to turn to a life of crime, Russia, I'm coming there, baby. Sounds like criminals are welcome there. But let's hope and pray in all seriousness that there's some resolution. And we know that the State Department is involved. We know that our President Biden, has been involved. So let's hope that this particular extension, her extended stay, is coming to an abrupt end very soon, even if the cost is a little excessive in our opinion. Before we get, because I got to get to Beyonce. You know Beyonce. You know what Beyonce is, right?
Okay.
No. Beyonce sometimes wear them same braids that Jimmy got. You know that
She
Beyonce.
gets a pass. She gets a pass. She does not have a Brazilian butt lift.
I ain't saying a negative word about Beyonce. I can't even form one. But Beyonce,
But her husband, hold on, her husband, he's been accused of having some shit going on because he went from
he did it subtly. If those are extensions, he at least did it subtly.
Him had a little something going, and now he got a hairline like these. He's over here where his shit like here, like he's 10 years old. He got a hairline. You know how they got to train it back.
You trying to get us yanked off of every network pod. You can't talk bad about Jay-Z, bro.
Oh, Jay-Z's untouchable? My bad.
Yeah, he's untouchable.
My bad. I think
so is Beyonce. So we apologize. More untouchable than Russia. We're sorry. B and J, y'all good with us. But before we talk about the queen of entertainment, we got to get into some other entertainment because in this episode of extensions make you cry sometimes. It can make you cry in sadness. It can make you cry in laughter. It can make you cry in shame, Jimmy Butler. Or it can make you just sort of cry with this amusement. And that's where I am with this particular story. Because Notre Dame is extending its swagger. We're extending beyond just the Golden Dome.
Getting some cool points.
Where people go to get a great education. The Irish Catholics just love it. And it's so prim and proper. Notre Dame it doubled down. Not only did they hire this young brother and Marcus Freeman, who's killing it on the recruiting trails. Go ahead, Marcus. But now Notre Dame is not joining a conference. That's not what we're doing to extend and change our swagger. Notre Dame going full Hollywood. You don't believe us? Just hit there for a second. And I was amazed. Amazed. You hear me? When I saw this, but check out Notre Dame and all its new swagger. Let me get it right.
If we have some hiccups,
here.
Ellis isn't here now.
Ellis isn't here.
Training wheels. We got, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I
got it there first.
Sized up. Let's see if you
now
can get the
volume. Now we're going to go
going.
here.
Bang. Let's go. First,
now what? Give him the signal. What signal? Flash your lights. Let him know that it's on. What's on? The deal. Coach, just do something.
Yeah, baby.
What the coach that they was doing in the middle of the desert?
You know, it's the hangover spoof. We just happen to get there somehow.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, check out the whip though. I like that because
they should let one of the players drive the whip though. That's right.
This cat.
All-American tight end fell down.
All right, give us a uniform.
The goal is to keep on winning too.
Then you get the uniform.
First of all, good morning.
Golik got skinny. He looked
who are you guys?
Mr. Golik. Mike Golik.
Goliks, it's a pleasure to meet you guys. I'm Isaiah Foskey, but we would like to see the uniform to verify that you guys have it before we hand over the badge.
I didn't know who it was.
If that's cool with you guys.
He's got a purse on.
He does have a purse on. He had to work really hard on those lines.
He did. You could tell he was focused.
Okay.
Now throw us the bag. All right, throw him the bag, Foskey.
The Merce.
Skeet. That's the first time I realized it was a spoof when he did that. I was like, I've seen this somewhere before.
Here's your uniform.
I never did. I was wondering about that because I have a bad movie memory.
I was slow on the uptake. I finally realized it when he did the little move from the Merce. The Merce is a hangover.
Hey, shout out to BY going in the Hall
Is this
of
some
Fame.
type of joke?
They got the BY
This is not
jersey.
the uniform.
What you talking about, Willis? That uniform won a national championship.
Actually,
Sorry, sir,
that's
but
all
this is not the uniform we're playing in.
The uniform we're looking
That's
for
a
is
BY
white.
jersey.
Hey, Goliks, you gave us the wrong jersey.
Not our problem. And Marcus, maybe you should talk to Doug.
Look at that, man. Notre Dame.
What are we gonna
This
do
is Notre
now?
Dame. We talking about
We
boring,
need that white uniform.
stale, plain Notre Dame. Look at this. They in a Bentley.
I know, because
I know
Coach
exactly
Holtz
where
drove
it's at.
a Ford Taurus.
Let's go.
Maybe.
I already have it. I got to ride with the coach. Look at that. Wait till I
They
get
in
my
Vegas.
money. I'm going to get me one of those when I get my money. Wait till I get my money. I bought a lottery ticket.
It's got to be somewhere out here, man.
I'm not looking over that reel for nobody, though. Oh, okay. It's got the baby. I just saw the baby on him from the Hangover movie.
Yeah, and he got the shirt on. They went all out for this.
The icy white with the gold trims?
Icy
Yes,
white.
Nice.
That's
That's
nice.
clean. That's
We're
clean.
the three best friends.
I like this part.
You don't like that part.
Oh.
It's part of the movie, though.
I'm not your best friend. I'm your head coach.
We're the two best friends that anyone can have. Still hang out with us, coach.
Let's hang out.
I still hate that part.
You hate that part.
We should come back.
I like the uniforms, though.
Damn. Those
Hey,
are
I'm
clean
free
as a
next week.
whistle.
Actually, next week doesn't work for me. The Jonas Brothers are in town. Any other week works perfect.
October 8th, Allegiant
Who
Stadium.
believe in the sweatshirt? I didn't even pay attention to the sweatshirt.
It's cold.
We're back.
Look,
Shamrock
music.
Theory. We're back.
Fossey look like he'll pull your face off, don't he?
Hey.
And I went to gang.
Is that 666 Mafia?
And it gets straight to the tank. And my bulldog put it
I'll tell you, this is not your dad's Notre Dame, baby.
Yo!
This is not your father's Notre Dame. What? Man, if I heard one more, oh, what a night.
Bank, line switcher. Whole gang, none realer. Bank, line switcher.
Hey, all I gotta say is, baby,
That's hard.
we
That's
here.
hard.
Notre
We here,
Dame
baby.
changed the swagger,
hard.
baby. For all y'all
That's
hating, we always say, oh, Notre Dame too boring. Yeah. Check us out. We went all.
How many of your
Hangover
coaches was in
school.
Vegas driving Rolls Royces all in the desert? That had to be
666
so fun to
Mafia.
shoot that. Trying to get it wrong. What's going on, man? But the uniforms, everybody don't know this. The Shamrock series, they pick a away game. They try to do it in different areas where they're going to have different Notre Dame people. So there's like a home game near you, since Notre Dame is pretty much it's a countrywide school. So we have alumni associations everywhere. We go somewhere into the Shamrock series, and we always have a special uniform for that. And I think that it died at COVID. You know what I mean? They didn't do it for a
Right.
couple of
They
years,
didn't
right?
do Shamrock, right.
So
I think they just, I don't remember the last one is. And that was a very nice and politically correct way to tell y'all, we better than y'all. Hey, we on 666 now. We ain't got to be nice no more. Let's come at it.
Andre went to Notre Dame with you?
We better than y'all. We got swag now. I'm tired of being nice about it. You don't like us, you better learn to love us, baby. Yeah. You better learn what to do, baby. We walk on alligators now. You see, we in the desert in Bentleys
I'm
now.
having a hard
We on
time
666
holding these
Mafia.
alligators down. Let's go.
Hey.
Andre went to Notre Dame with you?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
I think he was young, he was at least a year, maybe 2 years younger. You know, I was there
I didn't
forever.
know you were Domer. I didn't know we had another Irish town.
Yeah. Crump is a domer, man. And I agree with him. And his statement is the jerseys are dope, but the video may come back to harness.
Man, by the time we
go
don't
with
get 9, if we don't get 9 wins, ain't nobody gonna say, look at that, look at they did this video. Ain't
Are
nobody
you
gonna-
crazy? You know that video gonna come back to
Come
y'all's in the
on.
desert. Y'all should have stayed in the desert. I mean, people
As long as they
looking
don't
for
have your
reason to hate.
boy Brian Kelly doing these behind the recruits that he didn't
LSU,
get.
yeah, that's corny.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
We turn up. We turn up over here.
Hey, it feels good though that the brand has extended. On this episode of Extensions Make You Cry Sometime, the brand of Notre Dame, the swagger has extended beyond just what your grandma and granddaddy thought it was. This young brother, Marcus Freeman, and all of the fanfare that comes with him comes also with opportunities to show that, you know, and I used to hate that, but people think, and we've talked about it, just like they think institutions like Notre Dame and Northwestern and Stanford, because you go there, you've got to be, you know, within a certain box. And the truth is, especially when it comes to Black folk in this corporate America and in education, the truth is we are more complex than that. Yes, we are people that are engaged in our academics and our pursuit, and we have a network of people. And yes, we went to Notre Dame to play a wholesome brand of football, but you know, at a certain point, you know, I may or may not have listened to certain music. I may or may not have worn certain things because I am who I am. There's a duality. I'm not just in a box. And it's good to see Notre Dame is embracing that, whether they wanted to do it willingly or not. With this coach and with the recruiting that he has, I think it's working. Shout out to you, Notre Dame. We don't do a lot.
You know, so I got a text from somebody who sent me this video and said Brian Kelly never would have done this. I said he would have, but he wouldn't have pulled it off.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly would try to do it. He tries to be cool, but he's not.
Yeah.
You know, what's the basketball coach retired from North Carolina?
Dean Smith.
No,
Dean Smith died. I'm sorry. Roy Williams.
Roy Williams. He pulled it off. When he tried to get swoop with it, he could pull it off. He had swag for an old stodgy dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brian Kelly tries. He looks like making a fool out of himself.
He looks like Jimmy Butler's dreads. When doing them LSU, he looks fake.
That's when Coach Kelly got to get slapped in the face. If he come out with dreads next year, we got to slap. Somebody got to put hands on him.
You've gone too far, dog. I think I'm gonna go out to Vegas. I think I'm gonna throw another excessive celebration. So if maybe we should do.
Cliff Stroud is throwing a birthday party. 21-year-old son, man. You got to go work with him and see if you can't get that going on for us.
Little Stroud is 21.
21 years old.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting old.
We old.
That's great. That's great. Little Stroud is 21. I know Milk grown man. I know Little Stroud.
Milk got 10-year-old kids.
I know. I saw Milk kid. Anyway, we having a conversation on here. Like don't nobody know who we talking.
Sorry, yeah, we don't know what you're talking about.
That's what happened when you open that Notre Dame.
You show love, man, for the teammates, man.
Yeah, man.
It gets you in a different mindset.
It really does. And I'll say this: it feels good because not only did Marcus Freeman pull it off, but it seemed like his players really do like him. Those two players are projected first-round guys, and and of course it was acting, but at the same time, signing on to that shows a confidence that you have in your coach, and I think it's been reflected in the recruiting. And I know a lot of y'all hate Notre Dame. I know you do, but we ended on 666 Mafia, y'all. I don't care if you hate us.
Do you think they got NIL money for that? Or is that on the house?
Something, right? They had to get something for that.
I mean, he got product placement. Rolls Royce was in that commercial. They had
to get something for that. They had to get something for that.
Just let me push the rolls. You ain't got to pay me. Just let me push that rolls.
We gonna go home on Beyonce because this week Beyonce released a new album. I know that's not a thing nowadays. People don't release an entire album, but not our girl B. The Beehive has to be happy, y'all, because Beyonce is doing her thing. Yes, it leaked, and only Beyonce. You talk about in this episode, right? This episode is extensions make you cry sometimes. Only Beyonce can have her music leaked and her fans be so loyal that even the ones who listen to it pledged to still buy the music. That takes a different level of fandom right there. You understand? But once I hear your music, you ain't getting my money. Only the amazing sheer star power that she has. Her new album is entitled Renaissance. Beyonce's Renaissance seems to continue to extend. She is like, we talk about LeBron staying power in terms of basketball. Beyonce on her own after Destiny's Child has been a part of our entire adult lives, man. If you think about it. Her new album, I was going to call it her new golden jewel, but I don't know if I would say that. I haven't heard it yet. But I've heard great reviews of it. Her new album, because, here at the Ball Hog Sports Talk is sports business and entertainment. It has a whopping 16 tracks. Don't nobody do that no more. 16 tracks. The one that everyone has heard has been playing on the radio is Break My Soul. You won't break my soul. You won't break. It's been an anthem. Russell Wilson had it. And anytime someone wants to
remind none of y'all, so go ahead and Google it or Apple Music. that little thing that B just did, that's not how the song sounds.
It sounds kind of like that, but it's just the acoustics in here.
But syllables.
But Russell Wilson has done it. Anyone that had a message to share, their triumph, they've shared this song, You Won't Break My Soul. And shout out to Beyonce, man. Shout out to her releasing an album. It feels like a blast from the past where one of our greats actually released an album. Something feels pure about her, and it could be fake like Jimmy's dreads. But I like me some Beyonce, man. I don't know if you've heard about the album, what your review is before we go home.
I haven't heard none. I just knew it had dropped last night, and I downloaded it when you said it was downloadable before the show. and I found that little song that you talked about. And
Yeah. You won't break my soul.
Try to work out to it.
But You Won't Break My Soul for me this week took on a different meaning. And y'all bear with me for a minute. It's gonna be somber for a split second, and then we'll pick up the mood right after that. But and I want to make sure I say her name, because You Won't Break My Soul, while Russell Wilson and other greats have used it to talk about their triumph. This week, unfortunately, I was made aware that my wife's aunt, my aunt, and I put her name up there, Brenda Beverly Smith, Aunt Brenda is what she goes by, was sick. She went into the hospital about 10 days ago, and it progressed very quickly. We realized that she had a very aggressive cancer, and unfortunately died this morning at 4 o'clock. And You Won't Break My Soul for me is both a reminder. I had to tell my kids when she was moved to hospice yesterday. Aunt Brenda watched my kids a lot. Aunt Mary, our other aunt, watches them more, but Aunt Brenda did so as well. Her and my youngest son Thatcher had something very special going on. It was the first time I had to talk to my kids about death. And in this episode of Extensions Make You Cry Sometimes, this particular extension is my child. You know, our children are extensions of us, and letting my child hear the words come out of my mouth about death and knowing that it was imminent, and to tell them that that's the reason we got to live every day. That's the reason we got to cherish the times we have together. That's the reason why I say I love you all the time, while also just trying to be very sensitive about their first real experience with death. Being old enough to understand it was a challenge. And so Beyonce's You Won't Break My Soul was something that I used, not the words itself, but the idea behind it to convey that. And I do believe in a heaven, and I do believe that with prayer and with a good life that she lived, I hope her soul carries on. I wanted to, because we've given a moment of silence for people who, while being celebrities, people I've never met. This is someone who was special to me and my family. And so if you would oblige, very, very, very short moment of silence before we move on to our last topic of the day. And that moment of silence is for none other than the late, great Miss Aunt Brenda, but Miss Brenda Beverly Smith. I found out this morning, right as the show was starting, man, and to be a part of this crew of guys that they were able to build me up emotionally, and like, you sure you want to do the show still, with tears and fighting back tears, and then I had to go talk to my kids. All of that happened before the show, and I think songs like Beyonce's "You Won't Break My Soul." But even more than that, people that are just special people. And I consider my man Big Flo Show, my man P. Ellis wasn't here today, but the people I have in my life is very special people. Music has a way of helping us through tough times, man. And so shout out to Beyonce and her Renaissance album. And then the other thing that we took from that, because kids are extensions of us, we're going to end on a very positive note. This week, my man, the Big Flo Show, unfortunately, but fortunately, had to deal with the reality that there's a new sheriff in town wearing the name Reggie Florima, and it's been that way for how old is he? 19 years old. But this week, my man Reggie Florima, is he junior or second?
He's just also.
He's also
different middle name. Just Reggie Florima also.
Reggie Florima also. Told the other Reggie Florima with a different middle name, move over, dog, it's my time. He scored in the opening day of Northwestern football. You guys have heard us talk about it. He's a Big Ten student athlete. He's a wide receiver, the highest ever recruited or whatever ranked.
Sixth highest.
Sorry, let me embellish. The ever in Northwestern football history to sign there is a wide receiver. It looks
Coach
like he's going to play
history.
early.
We just got to fix it. Coach Fitzgerald football history.
Coach Fitzgerald's history. Sorry,
yeah.
But Coach Fitzgerald been there since the beginning of Northwestern. Anyway, it seems like it.
Right.
Coach Fitzgerald been there forever. But he's been so he's someone that we've celebrated on this show, and I think it's worth celebrating now, man. That and Big Flo was real modest about it. He told me about it while we was on the phone. I'm like, yo, send me the clip. And then he sends me the clip, and I'm like a little kid because I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I remember with a wedge when we used to travel as kids. Like,
matter of fact, funny story was Bobby's only been in my house once, ever, and that was the day that we decided that we were going to say that my wife was pregnant. It was you, Emily, Emmett, and Cindy. Probably.
Yes.
In my basement in my old house, and I was like, man, I couldn't. Laura was like, yeah, we could say it. So I'm like, I couldn't wait. So you were like the first person, which is funny because you've only been in my house once ever, as long as I've known you, and you were like the first group of people that we told, like, that was not like my mom and dad or whatever, that we were having them. So, and then you went on vacation with us back when my son used to have a problem. He used to bang his head on the ground when he was mad.
He did. Like, literally. That's how he was going to be a football player. Bang his head
if
with no helmet
CTE,
on
it has
concrete.
nothing to do with football. It's all because when he was a kid.
I look like, yo, what's up with Buddy?
I don't know,
man. That was before I had kids.
Let's just say
made me not have kids.
He grew out of that because I didn't know how we were going to raise him. But, it was crazy for me to see, and they put it on Instagram or whatever. And, being a football player myself, it's like, you try not to get too crazy, but sometimes you sit back when your kid's out there doing something that, like, now granted, it's just practice. It's just practice. It wasn't a game, not a game, practice. But it was kind of cool, you know what I mean? Just to see him, like, because you want to know, did Northwestern pick the right kid? Can he do this? Can he play? Does he look good? And one of my coaching friends, got Tikas Pettigrew, that was his basketball coach growing up. We coached together, football and basketball. Called me. He happened to be at the practice. He's like, man, your son's doing good out here. He just made a big catch for a touchdown. It was a long one. Try to describe it. His description wasn't as good as the video. I will say that. Yeah. So then when one of the parents, I don't know if they're watching, but, kind of my crew of dads sent it out, I was pretty excited to see that it was out there. Again, it's just day one. He got a bunch of other practices to go before we get there, but it was kind of fun.
Awesome to see, man. I had chills watching it. For those of you who are connected to the Ball Hawk Sports Talk Facebook page, we posted it there. If you're connected to my own personal Facebook page, it's there. It's on Reg's. I guess I call you by your government name, Reggie Farima's Facebook page, the Big Flow Show, as he's known here. But it was a moment, man. Kids are an extension of us, and I'm at a much younger age, but we're way more nervous watching our kids perform than we were as athletes. And so to see it come to full fruition, man, because it's just in practice. You know what I mean? People on earth that have never scored a touchdown in a Big Ten major programs practice. He did something that is worth celebrating, man. So shout out to the real Reggie Farima. You happen to have a different middle name.
Don't put me away yet.
He took your name, dog.
Let him hold it. It's both of them.
I might start calling him the Big Flow Show. Could we get the Northwestern Wildcats to refer to Reggie Farima that is on their roster as the new Big Flow Show? He's the Big Flow Show, dog. He's scoring touchdowns now. You better not call him talking no trash about, hey, what time you coming home? He ain't got no curfew no more. You can't tell him how to spend no money. He's scoring touchdowns now. His things have dropped officially. So what you gonna do about it? Great accomplishment, man.
Pay attention to his little baby girl sister and get her right, see whatever, be happy. So yeah,
shout out.
We're done celebrating the first with that. He got crack one, do that. Now he got all these practices, stay healthy and learn the playbook and get out there and doing it. Now when he does it in the game, brother gonna be here, tears up, and that happens. I'm gonna trip. I know I ain't gonna be able to
get ready to be teared up, man. And when he does it, we'll have the clip. I should have the clip ready for practice. We're gonna have the clip ready when he does it in the game. That's what happens when ETP Ellis, the producer, is not here. But shout out to you, man. Seriously, kids are extensions of us, man, and extensions make you cry sometimes with pride. I was teared up and proud, so I know you were too, man. That's a good thing, man. So shout out to you. My son and his basketball team, we talked about the AAU run and it being the greatest basketball game ever played, as referred to. One of the AAU officials referred to that game. And so now the drum roll, please, and the byproduct of all that work, we are now the number 6 team in the whole United States of America.
Are they going to air that game? Did they ever decide if they're going to air the game?
You know what? I never asked. Because I didn't know how to get it from the producer, but he claimed that they're going to air it, so we'll see. Hopefully, we'll get some sort of notification if it does happen.
Sign some releases or some.
That's probably what it is. They trying to figure out the money. They trying to figure out. They gonna give us some clause in there that we got to sign, like Kyler Murray. But It feels good to see your kids, man, because they're an extension of us. Extensions make you cry sometimes. It's good to see all the hard work and all his teammates that they put in. Number 6 team in the country in the final ranking of the year for AAU basketball. I know it's just 5th grade. I'm still
a lot of teams. Hey, they can't be in 6th grade. They're 5th grade.
They 5th grade. They playing who they're supposed to play. And some older kids. But I digress. With that, man, this episode of Extensions Make You Cry Sometime. Any parting shots before we get out of here? 30-second bar. Anything you got? ETP, we miss you, dog. ETP is traveling, so he's not here with us this week. Anything you got?
I want to give a quick moment of silence. There's another kid in my son's class. Just started with them. Robert Fitzgerald. He's a safety out of Texas. His dad lost a short battle with ALS. I think it was last Thursday or the Thursday before. I might get my weeks wrong. And I just think of, my heart goes out to the family. I think about how excited I am to see my son, score a practice touchdown. And I can share that with my friends. And, the son was a very talented player. You're going to hear about Robert Fitzgerald one day out there. Great safety. But just to think his dad doesn't have a chance to see that. His dad's not going to see him run out the field in Ireland, which is what we're looking forward to doing. When he makes his first big hit, interception, or whatever, he looks to the stands. His dad ain't going to be there. So that's deep to me. And,
let's do that. Moment of silence, man. Again, life is so precious, man. So we remind everyone to live it, love it, and cherish the people around you. Let's give a moment of silence for Mr. Fitzgerald, who lost his battle with ALS. Shout out to you, man, for having the heart and the conviction to say that, my brother. Here on the Ball Hog Sports Talk, we ain't just sports, business, entertainment. We got a soul. We shared that at the end because in the middle of all of this, we're in the middle of sports, business, entertainment. We're in the middle of it, seeing on a daily basis, and I hope it connects us to each and every one of you. You guys all have a son or a daughter, a niece or a nephew, somebody that you go watch their sporting events. So when we give you these stories, we're coming from a place of humanity. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you would like, comment, share, tag a friend, tag a foe if you have one, tag anybody that you know, and please subscribe to both our podcast and to our YouTube channel. I slowed it down, but it'll only take you 3 seconds, and you'll do a world of wonder and favor for us in supporting us. So please like, comment, share, tag a friend, tag a foe, and subscribe. With that, it has been a great episode. Extensions make you cry sometime. I hit the note. I waited all show to hit the note.
Somebody go download Emotions Make You Cry Sometimes so you see why he keeps doing that little kill the chicken song. That he's
that's how he make that thing. That's called.
But I don't understand why you're trying to make it into a song because they might not be an R&B fan from the 90s.
H-Town did it, baby. With that, man, this has been a great episode. My man Big Flo Show in the building. Any sign off for him from the Central Time Zone?
We is
out. With me, I'm your boy B Brown ESQ, aka the Ball Hog, aka the Mouth of South, aka Mr. Excessive Celebration, aka Breezy. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate your support. We'll be here next Friday, taping again, sports, business, entertainment, doing it rough, rugged, and raw. The only way we know how. The crew will be in the building. It's your boy, like I said, B Brown. We had the Big Flo Show. ETP will be back. And with that, we is out. Peace.